Yo, what's going on, guys? Today on Knowhere, we have the toxic one himself. You wouldn't know it by his mannerisms, though. The man is probably one of the nicest people I know in the Marvel Snap gang. ToxicSoulKing is here. Everybody give him a warm welcome and get those emojis going in the chat. What's going on? How are
I'm
you,
so
man?
happy to be here. I'm so happy. It's such a pleasure to be here on a podcast with you. I love talking. It will be amazing day, night. Oh, I just disappeared. It will be great. We will
Don't
have a
worry.
great time, I guess.
I'll fix you in just a second, sir. You are back. There it is. Sorry, I had to adjust your volume. We're just a little bit loud, and my ears were tingling. Welcome in. How's your Sunday doing, man?
It's going great. I slept like 26 hours the last 2 days. I'm energized. I'm ready, and we can probably do a great show.
Awesome.
It was
Go ahead.
It was nothing special at all, though. Like I just watched like the new season of Black Mirror, and then I fell asleep, and I don't know. I just wake up at 2 p.m.
No work today, though, right? You got caught up on your sleep, feeling good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
finally.
All right. Well, obviously, thank you so much for being here. Let's step right into it. My staff relays that you're currently living in Austria. Tell me about that.
That's true. My parents came to Austria. I'm born in Austria, and I went to school, and I moved in a few cities though. But overall, I'm living almost my whole life here.
So how much time did you spend in other cities versus Austria? Like what how many years, I would say, versus your
Mm,
current
I
situation?
would say um, I was born in Austria, but my parents are coming from Hungary and from Romania.
Okay.
So they kept on working a lot when I was a child. So I
Mhm.
spent like the first 3 years of my life in Hungary with my grandparents. There I learned like Hungarian. And then after they figured out like jobs and everything, we moved to Austria, and then I grew up here. And when I was like in kindergarten and stuff, I learned German as well. But I would say like at least 4 or 5 years of my life I was not living in Austria. But yeah, overall I'm Austrian.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're fluent in many languages. How many
Yes,
languages?
in four.
Dude, that's amazing. I struggle with two, and you're like, yeah, I got four in the bag. Super cool. Do you still visit family in Hungary?
Rarely, mostly because my grandparents are not anymore. The other ones in Romania aren't there anymore as well. And like my aunts and uncles from my mother's side that were from Hungary all moved to Austria. Like they all just flooded. And since almost everybody I know is like in Austria, even though we don't see each us so often, I barely visit any family outside of Austria.
Got you. And I would imagine Austria's a rather large place. How far, like hour wise drive time, do you think would be like your furthest relative?
5 to 6 hours, I would say.
Oh, that's a big chunk. Nice. And your
Funny fact is like they're all in that circle of distance. Like they all just move like feel like to the other side of the nation. So it's like me and my parents, and everybody else is on the other side.
you just like spread out like like a stencil. That's funny. Okay. Fun question now. If you could live anywhere, where would it be and why?
I would probably say Japan. Like I saw so many images. I know people that lived for a short amount in Japan,
Mhm.
and it's just like such a dream. The people around there are so nice. The whole community, the culture is so good. I feel like wherever you go, like on every street, it's just like a photo motif. It's everything is so pretty. It's so calming.
Mhm.
I really enjoy a lot of stuff from Japan, so I would probably have like the time of my life. And me and the work friend always make like the joke, whenever I get like rich, I just buy like a small house somewhere, get a rice field, and just live my life there.
Dude, okay, so this is like a guilty pleasure of mine. Do you watch those like, hey, there's this house for sale in Japan, and it's like, 2 bedrooms, and it's only a couple grand US, whatever? Like, do you watch those TikToks?
Yeah,
And nice, right on.
I saw a lot of them. They're so good. I'm always like, oh man, let's just. I'm young, but can't I just finish up, retire everything, and just move to them?
But do they have fiber internet? That's what I need to know. Like, there's no fiber internet, I'm out. Just
I don't even have fiber internet.
I'm just teasing. I'm just thinking. Do they have internet at all? I mean, some of those locations look like they just barely got running water, right? Like they look pretty remote, if you ask me.
I will stop my snap carrier and do like a survival channel from now on.
That's funny. All right. So, any siblings for you? Were you an only child? Did you have any brothers or sisters?
I have an older brother that's 10 years older than me. He's 35, so yeah, I'm 25.
Wow. All right. Thank you for making me feel really, really ancient. This man's only 25 years old, guys. Wow. Okay.
And even I feel
Something.
already old.
No, no, dude. Oh, to be 25 years old again with my Mustang, and it's all good. So I heard from my researchers that you had a very, very dicey situation while you were hiking in Austria. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. It's like a thing. Austria mountains, so people go hiking. It's just like a thing. When you think about Austria, most likely it's like mountains and hiking. And me and my parents didn't went so often hiking, but every now and then on like a Sunday, we were like, yeah, maybe let's go. And it was in like a cold December day.
Mm-hmm.
We were both off, and we were like, the dog needs to go for a walk. Nobody's tired at all. We had like a relaxing Saturday. Why not go like on one of the big mountains close by? It's like 10 to 15 minutes away with the car. Let's just go hiking. So I wasn't like that into it, but I was like, yeah, let's spend some family time.
Mm-hmm.
And we packed our stuff, we packed some lunch, and at like 2, 3 p.m. we went to there, so kind of late. And at first we were like, yeah, let's just do like a small trip, not too far. And after like an hour, we were so happy, and it was so good. Like the fresh air, the flowers, everything. It was so nice. So we were like, yeah, let's hike even further. So we hiked through the forest, and after like, let's say 2 hours after we came out of the forest, it just slowly turned dark, everything. And the sun was going down since it's winter, even the sun came, it was faster dark. And on the way to the top of the mountain, after the forest, it just was suddenly everything was like kind of dark. We ate like a lot of stuff already in the forest, and we were like, oh, we are on top, but it's dark. Where do we go? Are we going a little bit more on top because we're like maybe like half an hour away from like the peak of the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
or do we go back? And I don't know. My father just somehow said like, yeah, risk it and let's go to the top and see what's going on there.
Yo, let's
So
go.
yeah, what could go wrong going into the dark on top of a mountain? So we went up, and yeah, it was a nice view though. Like the last few sun rays we caught, but the question is just like, how do we go back now? Because it started to snow already when we started the hike, and our footsteps are barely seen. It was so dark. And yeah, then was like slowly a little bit of panic. Okay, how do we get back? Because it was like 10 years ago, nobody had like any maps. The phones were like old, all those button phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody had like anything. And yeah, we slowly panicked a little bit, and we just went like, okay, let's just get straight down. Maybe we can find it. And yeah, I remember It was my mom. She went like with the dog and she just tripped in the snow and she just sat there in the snow and out of nowhere she just was like, yeah, why not do like a snow angel? So laid she just laid in the snow and did like a snow angel. That's like probably a thing I will never forget. So we joined her and I remember we had like one sandwich left. We shared the last piece of food before we go down into the darkness, and
The last
it
meal. So who's all on this
exactly.
trip? It's you, your father, your mother, the dog. Is your brother also there?
No, he was already too cool to join like on the family trip, so he was
Okay.
like out with friends and had like the time of his life, while we just sat on top of a mountain. But yeah, we took like 4 hours to go on top of the mountain, but it was like 5, 6 hours to get down. And I remember like when we finally reached down to the car, everybody was just soaking wet from
Oh
sweat, from
man.
the snow, from everything. But it's just like it was such a great time. We will always mention that story every time somebody says like hiking or mountains. So yeah, that's probably something I will never forget in my life.
Very cool, man. All right, so you mentioned a dog. For all the pet lovers out there, what was the breed of the dog? Is that dog still around? Tell us all the things.
Um, it's a dog of my parents. It was a Hungarian Pully. It's like a sheep guardian dog,
Hmm.
and sadly she's not here anymore. But my parents got, because they fell in love with the dog breed, they got themselves like a second one, exactly the same, just in black. The first one
Hmm.
was white,
Okay.
and yeah, she was just so energized. Like she probably helped us push the top of the mountain as well, because she just ran in front, and or every 5 minutes she just watched the back. Can you finally come? Come on, I want to go faster. Yeah.
Very cool, man. That's a great story. Oh man, I mean, how old were you there? Like that has to be pretty scary situation to be in as a family. Like, could you tell that your parents were kind of getting like dicey and maybe a little bit nervous?
Mm, I probably was too young to really get too scared and to understand like the whole scenario and the risk of the
Sure.
situation. But my mom is most likely the scarier part of from my parents. She kind of was scary. That's why I was so confused. So like every time I remember back that she was like so casual and did like the snow angels and was so happy, because
Uh-huh.
usually she's like the part that gets like scared and my father is like the more rational part. But yeah, somehow both had like a good feeling that everything will be all right, and with them acting like everything is good, they calmed me as a child. If I even had like a bad stomach ache or something, or a bad feeling about the whole situation.
And how old were you during the hike? Do you remember?
Mm. I was like probably like 11, 12-ish, something like that.
Okay, right on.
So yeah.
All right, with that, that concludes topic number one, lost and confused. We're gonna go ahead and claim that. Perfect. And we move on to the next bit here. Let's talk about some card games. What do you think? Have you always been into card games? Is that like a new passion to you? Did you just come upon it? Tell me all the things.
Yeah. Since I had like a brother who was more into games and stuff, he taught me like a lot.
Mhm.
He taught me my first card game ever. That was Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember he like always beat me up with stuff, but he showed me everything. He gave me his old decks. He taught me how to do card games. And probably since I was like 6, 7 years old, I always got thrown with card games into the room, and I just had like the time of my life. Playing alone by myself with Yu-Gi-Oh! Just acting like I don't know what I'm going to do on the other side. I feel like I spent like countless of hours doing that. And otherwise, from that, I collected a little bit of Pokemon, but I didn't enjoy like the gameplay that much. It was just like, oh, it's shiny cards. I can collect stuff. How nice. And just like children are. Oh, I like this. What was it? I like this Charizard so much. Let's just sleep with it on my pillow. And then the next day it was like the bags were cracked and everything. It was kind of sad, but yeah. There were like few cards, either Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! I just slept in bed with. And yeah. Probably not the smartest thing, I guess.
I mean, you love the cards. It is what it is, right? Like, you don't know at the time that they might be worth value later on. So you just, you put them in there with the bed to keep them close, nice and safe. So, what do you think would be
Exactly.
your favorite card game so far?
Mm. If it's like online, it has to be Snap. Like I did 5 years of Hearthstone,
Okay.
but Snap has just something special on itself because the whole gameplay thing is just so rare and unique. You don't find anything like that probably anywhere else.
Right.
Like even with a deck that's not winning like every game, you can perfectly find grind and win stuff, and that's like something you don't really see anywhere else. Like the snap mechanic, the cube thing, everything. Like people say like, oh, the deck has like, I don't know, 48% win rate, so it's a bad deck. And in Snap, it's like probably if you're a talented player, maybe like a negative deck, suddenly you can still grind and be good with it. So only
Yeah.
from that, I would probably say I like Snap the most.
Cube rate is definitely king over win rate. Personally, I like to play win rate decks more than cube rate decks because it affects me when I lose a lot. I get angry and ornery. And I don't like to lose, even though I lose so much. Oh, Ninja Panda knows. All right,
We
so
get used to it.
what things that I like about Marvel Snap? I like the fact that the animations are crisp, they're snappy. All the cards do a different animation. It's fun to watch, right? I recently got invited to test another card battler game by another company, and it had like the old Hearthstone or Runes of Runeterra kind of layout, right? You select an attacker, you select a blocker, blah blah blah. But the animations were just like, okay, the thing's moving up and it's gonna hit something, and it wasn't unique to the card. It was just the standard animation for everything, and I found it so incredibly boring and dated. Like, it's amazing that people haven't caught on that like eye candy is the way to go, and especially in a digital card game, eye candy is the bee's knees, and I don't think any other card game does eye candy better than Marvel Snap, without a doubt. So what drew you
Yeah.
in originally? Like, Marvel Snap, right? New game came out 2 years ago. Were you in the beta?
I wasn't. Like, funny enough, a few months, maybe like half a year before Snap came out into the beta, I just stopped with Hearthstone because overall I just didn't enjoy like the gameplay anymore. It felt like every time a new expansion is coming out, I pay like 80 to 150 bucks on it.
Hmm.
I see still like we have like several classes, but overall it was like always the same mechanic. Oh, hunter is aggressive. Oh, rogue is doing some miracle counters of card
Right.
turns. It just felt like new cards, but overall the same gameplay. So I just one day stopped with it. But I remember I still followed all the old Hudson YouTubers back in the day on YouTube. And on one day, I just randomly scrolled through YouTube and I saw that Regis Kilburn did a new video, and it wasn't Hearthstone. So first of all, I was really interested, and he played like a new card game. And since I was done with Hearthstone and I had no card game to grind, I was really interested in. And he just showed the first Snap gameplay. And since Snap Spider Man was like always a big part of my childhood, I
Hmm.
was just like, oh, what is that? Let's play that. And it wasn't out then. And I remember a few months later or like weeks later, I just saw him doing more gameplay on the game, and I just realized, oh, I forgot completely the release of that. So I just came into the first season
Uh-huh.
after the beta into the game like 2 weeks before it ends, and that's where I started with the game.
Oh, me too. I also got in the first season, but I was not day one. In fact, everybody started playing, and I was like, "Oh, this is another gotcha game." Blah blah blah. Right? And I was sitting on the sofa, and all of a sudden, Sam Jackson shows up on the screen, and he's putting on an ad for Marvel Snap. He's like, "You can control the Avengers," and I'm like, "Oh, I want to control the Avengers. Yes, yes, Sam Jackson, I want this in my life." And I downloaded it and been playing it ever since. It's a super super duper fun game. Did you always know that you wanted to stream? Like, did Marvel Snap spawn that for you, or were you like starting with other games and then you decided to stream into Marvel Snap? Tell me a little bit about your content creation journey.
I always wanted to stream, but the biggest issue was like I had like a only old laptop, like the one I graduated with. I
Mm-hmm.
had like for like 6, 7 years, and like everything I did on it was like kind of slow. So streaming was never an option, although I kind of wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like now, almost 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, it was just a random summer, and I got like my first big summer money. Like in Austria, you get like double paycheck on summer and on winter. And I remember I just received that, and I was like, yeah, I'm so tired of looking like a PC, because I was searching for PCs on and on. This one is good, but it's expensive. This one is cheaper, but I don't like this and this part. I just spent like probably a whole year just looking for PCs. And one day I just got so annoyed by it that I was like, okay, let's go just to the next electronic mart, look for a PC there. I just bought like probably the most expensive I found there, because I was just tired of everything.
Uh-huh.
Set it up, and 2 months later, after fighting with me because I wanted to stream, but kind of I'm still like a shy person, or I used to
Sure.
be shy.
Yeah.
I got pushed into that. A lot of friends told me, "Yeah, why don't you try it?" And yeah, in December of 2023, mid-December, I just did my first stream, and it was back in the days of Valorant. It's like Riot Games, the
Mm-hmm.
guys who did League of Legends shooter.
Yeah.
And I was into that game. I played this game for like 4 or 5 years now with an old laptop and 40 FPS. And I wanted to stream it on PC. I streamed it for like 2 weeks. And on one day, when I had like lags and stuff, classic internet connection issues by me, I just went into like Snap, because I was like, I don't want to finish stream. It's just like an hour. And then I was like, yeah, why not stream Snap once? And I streamed it, and funny enough, on my first ever Snap stream, I got raided by another German streamer who streams mainly or streamed mainly Snap,
Mm-hmm.
and he invited me like to a tournament. And back then, suddenly out of nowhere, more and more people came, and after that stream, I somehow just completely stopped with Valorant, and I only did Snap from then.
Right on. Right on. And what was the name of this streamer that spawned the revival of the Toxic Soul King?
Um, it's the Kruschwitz. He hosted like a lot of monthly tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got in touch with more content creators and streamers. Sadly, he's only doing tournaments anymore. He stopped with Snap gameplay, and almost every other German creator I know just all stopped with Snap. Like I was like the youngest out of three,
Mm-hmm.
and after like now 14 months, I'm like probably the only one who's doing a bit German, but mainly English.
Yeah, right on. And you know what? I honestly, when you're doing German only streams, I didn't hear about you at all. And it wasn't until you swapped that I was like, oh man, this dude is dope. Let me check him out. He's got that good, you know. And your deck
Yeah,
making ability is second to none. I highly recommend anybody who's looking for things to play, check out Toxic Soul King's brews. They are very good. You will not be disappointed. So getting back to content creation, um, how did Scampy feel about all of these? And for those of you guys in the audience that don't know, Scampy is Toxic's partner, who he's been living with for 5 years currently now. Right on. So think about that. They've been together 9 years. He's 25. They've lived together for 5 years. How did she feel about you putting your face out there for the world to see?
Funny enough, she was the part that wanted me to do like a face cam.
Hmm.
Like I was really shy and I just wanted like my Valorant streams all without a cam. And she was like the part that told me like, yeah, just plug in the cam and do it. And I was like kind of scared because first time streaming or like not streaming that long ago, sometimes you do like weird mimic and gaze sticks. You just watch randomly your desktop and it's like hard to
Yeah.
interact. But she told me like, do like a face cam because the moment you show your face to the world, people get a face to your voice. People can even feel more of that whole thing. So just try, show your stuff, and probably you will get more people by showing your face than only your voice. If you are not probably like a godlike gamer.
It's endearing, right? And there are very few people that can pull off a faceless stream. And Bang is one of them, even though he is a gorgeous person of a man. I don't know if you've actually seen Intero's face. That dude is beautiful. The fact that he doesn't share that on a daily is a travesty to humanity. He's doing himself a disservice. He could have all the simp ladies after him. But
He
anyways.
just wants to help us more. He would take all the viewers, all everybody would jump to him. So he just wanted to nerf himself so everybody else can grow as well.
So let's talk a little bit more about Scampy. I know that she's incredibly supportive of each and every one of your endeavors. A huge cheerleader for you. You recently just had a huge milestone on Twitch. Do you want to share with everybody what that was?
2 months ago, something like that, I reached partner. Partner was like the biggest goal I wanted to catch because it's like the same in games. I always have like a goal in mind, and I do
Yeah.
like everything to just get to the goal. And since I switched away from German only to mainly English, I got closer to my goal of partner, and so I hustled like probably 3, 4 months nonstop, no break, 4 to 8 hour streams every day,
Yep.
just to get to that goal. And it was a hard thing, or it was like a long, long path, but it was so worth it. And the feeling getting like the email that I got accepted is just like an unbelievable feeling. You probably know it as well. Your partner email is not that long as well. And you just feel so special, like seeing, even it's just like the purple check mark beside your name. It just gives you such a good feeling that you really did a big thing there. Because a lot of people are sometimes like, yeah, why are you streaming? It's just like you're just talking randomly to people, you're acting weird, or it's like nothing special, it's not anything big, but hitting one of the biggest goals on one of the or that biggest streaming page out there is just an amazing feeling.
I agree. I agree. You were streaming nonstop, like a machine. I almost was like, dude, when is this guy sleeping? Like, you were literally online all the time. And like when I was doing my partner push whatever grind, I too was streaming at odd hours, but like it was nothing like the amount of time and effort you were diving in, man. It was impressive to see. So congratulations on all your success, and I'm very happy for you. All right, with that,
Thank you
that's
so
gonna claim
much.
our second topic, content creation. And now we move on to some very, very fun stuff, I think. You got some hobbies outside of Snap as well, right? Why don't you share with us what you got?
I do. Probably from my name, knowing I'm a pretty big anime fan. Soul King is like my favorite One Piece character. Funny
Mhm.
enough, there is like a Bleach character as well. So because of streaming and people told me, am I like Soul King from One Piece or from Bleach? I had to rewatch or like watch the whole Bleach stuff just to understand what the Soul King there is.
Yeah.
And yeah, except from animes, I'm a big fan of mangas or books either way. I really like crime books. I have like a big shelf in my at my parents' home with a lot of crime books. And otherwise, from like basic hobbies like animes and reading, I played 7 years now of American football.
Yo, what? All right, tell me about that. Is that like an after work, pickup game type situation? Is it like semi-pro? Like what position do you
Mm,
play? How did you get into American football?
It's more like a half. I would say half of the team sees it like as a hobby, but a lot of
Mhm.
people are really into it. And I'm playing the position of a defensive back, so either I'm a cornerback or a safety. So I'm playing the defense.
Mhm.
I have to tackle the people. I have to deny the catches,
Yeah.
and it just it was just a friend of mine because back in the school days we were kind of sports fans and we always watched a little bit of football, and out of nowhere, like in Austria football is not that big like it is in America, for example.
Right.
Out of nowhere there was like a small team that just opened up,
Mhm.
and I remember he went to like the info day or info night there, and he was like, yo, let's try it out. So he got me to there too. And after like 2 years of the team practicing and stuff, we got ready and went into like the fourth league of of the whole championship in Austria.
Mhm.
And in the first year of the championship, we even won the whole thing. I've
Damn.
I don't think I have my ring here, but I got a ring and I got a cool clock. And yeah, afterwards, it was like we were playing in the third league. It was real exhausting though. And the reason I stopped a little bit with American football is because my ACL just ripped apart. So I had to do like a lot of gym and training stuff to get back the muscle stuff, because my doctor back in the days told me like they could do surgery, but since I'm kind of young, I can build up with a lot of muscle power. I
Yeah.
can build up my knees, so it's not hurting me at all. And yeah, that's my American football story, I guess.
That's very cool. So this is like full on pads, or was it like tag, flag football?
Full, full on pads.
Whoa, man. God bless you. There's no way I could ever do something like that. I get a headache if I like run into a wall or bang my head into something. So, I can only imagine doing it like all the time,
And
which just means that my
I,
brain is like super loose up in there, right?
I
Good.
remember my mom always told me like, how much does she need to pay me to stop with that hobby? How much money do I want? And I was like, I want to try it out. And
True.
yeah, I tried it out for now 7 years.
Because Alloy says, "Why am I running into walls?" It's typically because I'm looking at the one comment that I got from Alloy on my YouTube video, and I'm just walking randomly, and then I'll hit myself on a cabinet or corner. Sometimes I'm ducking down to tie my shoe, and my head hits the end of the table like doosh. Oh, anyways, that's super neat, man. Holy cow. So you also mentioned that gaming, like video gaming, is a huge passion for you. What consoles did you kind of like grow up with, or what is your current go-to console, if you will?
Mm, the first ever console or video console I played with was like the Game Boy Color,
Hmm.
and I remember I got it from my brother, and I played like all the old Pokemon games on it,
Hell
like
yeah.
Gold, Silver, and stuff
Mhm.
for like eternities. I even
All
got
right,
it
hold on.
in
Stop, stop,
Christmas
stop.
back to my
Stop. I need to stop you there.
yeah.
Okay. Fire, water, or grass type starting? We need to know.
I picked back in the days water.
Okay. Bulbasaur fan. I like it. All right, continue on. Sorry, I mean to disrupt you. I was a grass fan personally.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, not
Yeah,
Bulbasaur.
at least like
Squirtle.
not.
Squirtle. You were a Squirtle fan.
Yeah,
I was a Bulbasaur fan. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
at least not fire type. I feel like fire was everybody picked fire type. It was
Yeah.
like nothing special. The OGs picked grass or water.
Right, exactly. All right, so you got the Game Boy Advance. What are you currently using? Like, what's your main thing? Is it just your PC? Do you got like a Switch that you really like?
Mm, I have an old Switch. I have a PC and I have like a PS4, but
Hmm.
mainly I only use my PC.
Sure.
But I remember back in the days, the Switch was so cool because it reminded me of my old PlayStation Portable that was way ahead of the
Yo.
time.
Yes.
And
Dude, that was so
yeah,
underrated, bro. So underrated. It just feels horrible that not so many people got to experience that console. It was so good.
it was. I always said like it was just ahead of the time. People did not
Mhm.
realize how amazing it is to play like some good PlayStation games on train or something.
Right.
And probably if it would have come out later, like 5, 6 years later, everybody would enjoy it, and we would probably have like a PSP free already. Yeah, great times.
Dude, after my own heart, PSP was fantastic. Yes, yes, it was. What would you say is your favorite iteration of the game?
Mm, Probably Diamond.
Okay. Tell us why.
Just just the fact because when I got my first Nintendo Lite, it
Mm-hmm.
came with Diamond,
Okay.
and I remember I played this game for like I swear it was like 600 or 700 hours. Like back in the days, I didn't got that many games from my parents, so it was just a game I can play on and on and on, and I don't know how many level 100 Pokemons I had. It was just I I ran through everything. I saw like every Pokemon. I caught every Pokemon, and it was like always a big surprise when like there was one snowy, cloudy region,
Hmm.
and I just randomly went there after like 400 hours, beating like everything, and there was just a random train I could fight. Like it was so special. Back in the days, you couldn't fight against more the trainers than once, and there
Uh-huh.
was just like a small guy. He had like level 30 stuff. Mine were like all level 100, but enjoyed finally seeing one again.
He's stomping that random PC. That's hilarious. All right, so you're from Europe, right? We've established you're in Austria. I would imagine traveling in Europe is much like traveling in the States. You can maybe take very cheap flights, or there's railways, or even driving to other countries is even an answer. So, have you done much traveling within Europe?
I did. Mainly with school, I would say.
Hmm.
Like I was like in a good situation there at my school class. The older I got, always like every year once I traveled to a random country.
Oh,
And
cool.
except from that, I did a little bit of traveling with my parents. Not that much though,
Mhm.
but probably the coolest memories and stuff I got with traveling with school classes and friends, of course.
Very cool. So, what countries have you been to? Which ones have you visited?
Um, if you go like basic, like said like Hungary and Romania, only because of family.
Hmm.
Austria is not counting. Um, I was 2 times in Italy on summer vacation. I was 2 times in Greece. I was in school in France.
Okay.
In I was in Germany. I was in Ireland, and probably the oldest memory I got traveling with school was in Ukraine. Because back in the day, my history teacher had like a good friend who taught at our school,
Hmm.
and she got to Ukraine school. So they had like a partnership, the two schools,
Sure.
and every second or third year there was just one school class from that teacher from us went to Ukraine, and later on in summer a Ukraine class from their teacher came to Austria. So we had a little bit of an exchange there.
Oh, that's super cool, man. So my researchers say that you have quite the story about a sus shortcut in Ukraine. Do you want to share with the class what that's about?
Yeah, it was one of the first days we had in Ukraine, and we, me and a friend of mine, like probably my best friend from school days, we had like 2 days, 2 hours off from school, and we could just visit the city and go look at stuff. And we were like a bigger group, and I remember there was like a store with soccer stuff, and some of them went into that, but me and my friend were not that much into that, so we just kept on going. And like 20, 30 minutes later, I just remember we were looking around and we didn't know where we are. Like we were just completely lost in the city. We I feel like we didn't had even like Wi-Fi back to the times. Like maybe we had a little bit of phone, but we had no Wi-Fi, no nothing. Pre WhatsApp times again,
Hmm.
and so we got lost and we tried to look around, and probably people who saw us kind of knew that we are not from here, and that we were a little bit lost because two, I don't know how old we were, 15 years old boys who just run around in the city who look confused as frick. Probably not something they see every day.
All right.
So we went into like a little shop to ask a person if he knows some where to go, and it was like one of the few shops that had like something in English written as well on the door because mainly the people only speak Ukraine.
Right.
And he invited us in and he told us like surely he can show us like the way, and he can even show us something else as well. So he just closed his store randomly for like 5 minutes,
Oh no. Okay.
navigated navigated us through like a lot of narrow streets, and showed us like one of the coolest places in the whole city. It was like a little bit of an higher skyline, and you could
Hmm.
just see like the whole city and everything. And he then, with a little bit of a broken English, just showed us where we were or where we started from and in which direction we have to go, or like at which big point we have to look at. It was like a big church
Yeah.
that was like the easiest way to show us. So he just showed us like the whole skyline and thing and told us if we need to go back in time, just follow or just go to the big church afterwards. We should probably find the school class as well and be back to our friends.
Oh, that's super cool. Kind of crazy that you were following some random dude through some real narrow and shady alleyways and streets, but I mean, you're still here, so it worked out.
We didn't
There's
got any candies though, sadly.
no big white vans in Ukraine apparently. All right, with that, let's transition into Marvel Snap. We do claim our third category, sus shortcuts. Boom. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Marvel Snap. We recently had an OTA. Um, I'll just ask you, what are your thoughts first before we get to those? Let me just rattle off what the changes were here. They were not that huge, right? Rocket and Groot goes from a 3-3 to a 3-2. MODOK goes 5-8 to 5-7. The first Ghost Rider gets a point of power, goes from 2-5 to 2-6. Devil Dino goes from 5-3 to 5-4. Bishop 3-1 to 3-2. Patriot 3-1 to 3-2. Red Wing 3-4 to 3-5. Toxic Soul King, your thoughts?
I just dislike the fact that I'm so into gaming and I'm so ambitious, because being on top of the leaderboard just means if there's a broken deck, I we just have to suffer longer than other people on other ranks.
Mhm.
This OTA just felt like whatever. Like I remember the day I wanted to stream after the OTAs got live, so it was like 11 p.m., always
Yeah.
midnight, and I was like, yeah, let's go on after the OTAs and let's stream till I don't know 4 or 5 a.m. and then go to bed. And then I saw the OTAs. I I, sh- I almost started to cry because it was like nothing at all. The cards, or like most of the cards we got this season, didn't feel like a big thing for me. So I was kind of hoping that we get like a little bit of a big change, like back in the days, like we did with Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just a little Mr. Fantastic buff to another card, something
Yes.
that's really exciting to play around. Fix Scream, because Scream is like 60-70% of the opponent's decks right now for me personally.
Yeah.
Just fix there something and give me like a fresh meta. And what happened? They did nothing. No exciting buff. Like I don't know, Red Wing +1 is just like a whatever.
Meh.
Patriot +2 is a whatever. So it's just they, for me personally, they just wasted an whole OTA with like nothing at all.
Right.
no new content for me that I could have played, so I didn't even stream that day because I just feel terrible to wait so long for like a big nothing.
So somebody
I
made
could.
a counter argument that, oh, Scream is very low in popularity based off of the untapped statistics, and a few things, right? Like untapped is great for like broad based stats, but when you're talking about a card that's not readily available to everyone, right? And everybody's kind of disillusioned with that card at this point. At least me, like it just I'm good on Scream. Like I don't want to play it. I don't want to see it. It's annoying. Um it's the highest, win rate deck currently, so I understand why people are on the Scream co-Jones as they were. Um but the OTA in particular, I want more meat from OTAs. They need to take bigger swings. And one point of power to Bishop, he still is just mid as all get out, right? Like, come on, man. And now you can't even cheese him out with Ravona. So like, yeah, I don't know. The OTA was just really middling to me. I feel like they really need to be impactful and take bigger chances with OTAs. Um, and so to get back to like this, the whole Scream thing, right? Yes, it's in low popularity, but my point in that statement is like, how many players actually own the card, right? Because it hasn't been in a spotlight in forever, and I would venture to say that it's a lower population of the player base that actually has Scream and all the supporting cards to support that list. So that plays into why the popularity is so low. So I don't
Yeah,
know that that's an accurate assessment of the situation. I think we're in
yeah,
agreement that the OTA was just kind of meh, right?
yeah. Like I dislike the fact that people are arguing sometimes with, yeah, untapped stats are like fine and stuff, and they are not that bad. It's just like, I know it's like crying in like the highest possible way. Like, oh, I'm top 100, I'm top 50, I have to deal with this and that. But the
Right.
fact that there is a deck out there. I just streamed, when did I last stream? Like 3 days ago I did my last stream, because of OTS and stuff. That just felt like, wow, I'm putting so much hour into the game and I just get like no content at all. But I streamed Scream. I streamed this tech Scream deck. What do you think? How many games did I win after my first loss?
I'd probably say you won 7 games in a row after your very first loss of Scream.
I was 18-0.
18-0. There you go. That's insanity.
And it's just like the fact people love to net deck, and I always say like, people don't net deck. Like, something could have good stats, but if you're not good, or you don't understand like the basics of every deck, don't just net deck and say like, oh, this deck has like good stats, I have to copy and paste that. Oh, Scream has like not the highest win rate stuff and so on. Like, yeah, there are a bunch of talented players, but 10 times there are more, I would say, maybe not rude, but untalented players on the server. So they can push down like the win rate of a deck.
Uh,
And Scream is just like so versatile because there are two main decks. They are like the mainly move version. There's like the Uncle Ben tech version, and the tech version just feels so bad because barely you can catch up tempo with that. If you run Luke Cage, oh, they have Red Guardian, oh, they have Lady Deathstrike, they can just destroy your own stuff. They have Shang, they have Enchantress, like they have so much tech you think it's Terra Control, but they bring out casually 2 drops that have like 10 powers. And that's like the thing I dislike the most. Me being like in a higher position to feel like which decks are more annoying than like maybe people who are like 10k would ever feel. Like at 10k you would say, oh yeah, Scream is like a little bit there. But for me, Scream is like right now my daily bread. It was like the same with Move Bounce, and now it's just like on and on Scream. And till not like the basic player base understands like the power level of Scream or how to play this deck, it might be the case that I have to suffer another OTA. Plus,
I think they
OTA,
do
yeah,
know. I honestly I just think that they don't have the card and
yeah,
the
maybe.
supporting cards, right? Like that's an expensive deck from a series perspective. There's a lot of series 5 cards in that list. And for the majority of players who are free to play or maybe like minimal spend, they may not have those lists. Snap packs, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, may help that with some targeting of stuff, but um yeah, I think it's more a combination of them not having the access to said cards and whatnot than um them not realizing the potential of the list. Also,
Yeah.
I love to play like small movie stuff like Werewolf by Night, Silver Surfer. Those are cards that I really, really, really enjoy to play. And Werewolf is absolutely abysmal with so much Scream. It's just ill, you know? He's hard enough to build, right? To stack power on, and then you have to subtract one of his bounces every turn because of the damn card. It's annoying.
It's like even the worst part is Sam Wilson came out now, what, 2 seasons ago, one
Mm-hmm.
season ago,
Mm-hmm.
and your opponent plays Sam Wilson on 2, you play Scream on 2, he just retreats. Like it happened to me on my winning streak. We both played our big 2 drops, he just left the game. Oh, you just completely shut down his maybe early strongest card in the game
Right.
because he gets now a shield that's maybe minus, I don't know, -9 or something at the end of the game.
Correct.
So yeah, why bothering staying into the game? Just run for a cube. Even if I don't snap, they just run automatically, and that's like a big thing that's really annoying. And as you said, like Werewolf is not getting helped at all. Thanos is just like in shambles sometimes with a Scream because if you play Killmonger, you just throw the stones. If you don't run Killmonger, you just clog them. Like clogging is a big issue for Thanos already. So getting clogged with a Polaris and Spider-Man is even now easier for your opponent. It's just bad, and I dislike the fact that we, if I'm not wrong, I don't know, maybe you can correct me. We didn't got a patch in a long while where they just completely rebuild the card. So the OTAs are right now the only way for us to get a change, and those are like stats changes. And if they
Right.
don't deliver with stat changes, it's just like, okay, I know the patch won't help me, and if you don't bring out a good OTA, it's just like me every week hoping the next card will bring enough joy and fresh air to get some content. But yeah, right now I'm just going from OTA to OTA and pray to some nice changes.
So I spoke about this on stream yesterday. After 2+ years of playing Marvel Snap, like the game feels dull, and they really need to release things that are exciting to play and that are very impactful, or they need to do things to older cards that make them exciting to play and impactful. And a lot of the releases lately, even though we're getting more of them, those cards just feel very eh, they're very niche. They slot into an existing deck and maybe it makes them a little bit better. Sometimes it makes it worse, right? Like sometimes playing the older version of the list is just like better than the new card, and that's like no. Um no thank you.
Yeah. Or like the same idea, oh, there's a new card, let's just put it in Aerosham so it can at least have like a 50+% win rate. You don't play the card, it's just like, oh, it can fit into that archetype, it just mana cheats. Yay. But yeah, we shouldn't get like too many overpowered stuff, but the big issue is like we need more archetype building new cards. Like I know they can't just print every week a card that just says like, oh, we have a new archetype. Like I don't know, Scream Wars now for the
Right.
anti-move stuff, or I don't know, Bullseye now for the revival of this card. But we need a little bit more of that. Or like stuff with the game mode. So we just got 3 cards in one game mode last season or 2 seasons ago,
Mhm.
where we just had like, oh, 3 cards. We can experiment at least
Right.
a little bit more till the next card's coming out.
Correct.
I know the stuff is like hard, but if you don't give us like energy changes in the OTA, we need that, because if they would have said like Bishop is now a 2-0 or something, I would be excited to play Bishop, because 2-0 could completely open up your whole gameplay and stuff.
Yes.
But +1 power, I know a small change could maybe break a lot of decks, but they have to risk at this point something, because two bad OTAs in a row and then now a whole season with only, I know some people like Carter, but I don't like her. So right now a season with 3 mid cards and 2 mid OTAs is not helping a lot of the passion for content creators or players.
Captain Carter's just big sag. Like, I'm good. If she would have worked with the shield, hey, great. That's a new key to the puzzle, right? Like, you could have a captain in every lane. The fact that the shield doesn't work with this card is wild. A 4/3 that spreads 6 power behind her is just ugh.
And the thing is, like, she is easily countable. Like, they could go above with her stat line or go down with energy cost, because you can play stuff like Rogue, like Enchantress. You can counter the card. It's not like, I don't know, a discard deck where you just like, oh, I have to gamble by the Hella Lands or stuff. You can counter like a Carter, so they could have done a little bit more. Because I feel like Khonshu probably did underperform a little bit. Carter was probably the worst Battle Pass card we had like in now 5 or 6 seasons, so almost like half a year.
Yes.
And the other 2 cards we got are like all on mid as well. Kahori doesn't feel like a big impact card, and I even forget which card came out with Carter. Oh, Goliath. Goliath is okay, but
Goliath is a solid card. I'll give it to him. He's a beast. But like you said, Kahori's a great card. On face value, she's a 13, right?
Yeah.
If you play her once, she's a 4/13. If I gave you a card that had 4/13 stat line, you'd be like, hell yeah. The problem with Kahori is that she spreads all her shit around the entire board, and it feels like it doesn't do things that you want it to do. Not enough, right? So
she's just like she's a weaker Gwenpool Galacta at this point. Like, why do you want to play Kaori if you can just play the overpowered 4-drops?
She's like great value Blue Marvel.
Yeah, kind of. So they wanted to buff Devil Dino a little bit on the TA to make Kahori better, but let's be honest, +1 on Devil Dino won't make Kahori better.
No.
They just did like a big whatever.
Yeah, they need to take more swings in their OTAs is the way it's boiling down. We're in agreement there. Okay, so let's talk about Snap Packs. Coming later this month, I believe on the 28th, if I have that correct, or somewhere around there. What are your thoughts?
29th.
29th. Thank you, sir.
I really like that. From maybe 2 perspectives. Perspective 1,
okay,
we get rid of keys.
Okay.
Marvel Snap is already a game that has way too many resources.
Currencies?
Like,
yes.
for newer currencies, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, newer players shouldn't deal with the issue, oh, I got gold, oh, I have credits, oh, there are tokens, oh, there are medals, oh, there are keys. Like, I already counted like 5 things, and probably if you count the high voltage
Boosters.
stuff, like the bolts and whatever, boosters, we are at like 8 currencies in the game. So it's just too much for newer player. People won't understand anything what's going on there. Like, even I needed a little bit of time to understand, like, okay, which one is more the common currency? Which one can we spend? Which one do we need to save?
Right.
But newer players dealing with 8 currencies, or like 7 maybe with the game modes, is just too much for them. So I'm kind of happy that the keys at least got rid of, and now we have like, okay, big thing, credits and tokens. And gold is here for most likely gold bundles or to buy tokens. So it's easier for people to understand the whole scenario.
If you
Plus,
could
you can
eliminate...
already...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Okay, if you could eliminate one of the currencies, what would it be?
I would probably say... I dislike the fact about boosters.
Yes!
I know boosters are important.
Yes!
I don't know. Booster farming is like the biggest pain for me, because I always use like the booster store for every 8 hours if I have a new card or need a split on something, I use that on and on. But I'm a little bit behind because I gold splitted now my Galacta, my Eson, and another card. So I have 3 cards that okay, maybe except of Galacta, I don't basically play. So I need to get boosters for these cards so they don't appear in my booster store so I can upgrade other cards that I need later boosters for. It's just like so annoying. And I always said, like, I always wished for myself, the battle pass offers us boosters. I don't know why. Like if I buy the premium something battle pass, I would have at least wished that they get rid of the boosters. Like level 38 to like 44 is just like 3 or 4 times boosters randomly split, or like the battle pass card. That feels awful. Like I don't enjoy grinding at all my battle pass there. Or if they give us boosters, let's say 15 boosters. Let's say I can pick the 15 boosters for a card. It wouldn't be too much. Like give me 50 boosters I can take on a card, so I just don't get it in my fast upgrade store, and I have like at least a use for that. Right. But go away with like 15 random boosters. I can't see those anymore.
It costs 2 currencies to upgrade a card. Think about that. It costs 2 currencies to upgrade a card. It doesn't change the way the card works. Like, it's just aesthetics. And the 1 currency you have to pay for. Credits are not free. I mean, they give us some they give us some credits along the way, but if you really want to split your cards, you have to spend, right? So if I want to spend my money, why am I being gatekeeped by boosters? It's crazy.
And then they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Like I have credits. I don't have like the 155 boosters. I sometimes just did it, but spending like, what is it, like 640 or something gold to get a card from 0 boosters to an infinite split.
Yes.
Like that's what is that, like $7-8 to
wild.
split a card?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild. It's like, if you want players to have cool stuff, let them have cool stuff. Why are we getting gatekeeped by boosters? Or give us a way to target boosters. Like, if I want to split Silver Surfer a gazillion times, let me put a stamp on him so that I only get Silver Surfer boosters like Agatha. You know, anytime you play Agatha, it's only Agatha boosters, right? The same thing. I don't mind playing games that get boosters, right? But at least let me target the boosters. And stop trying to like make it so random. I just want to split the cards that I want to split. Like they're pigeonholing me, you know?
Yeah, and the worst part is like the mastery stuff. Like with cards I enjoy, I try to gold split all my new cards. And I remember back in the days with the Bulls, Victoria season and Aries, I had every card split it to gold except of 1 at the end of the season. Last season, I had 2 cards split in gold and 4 that were not gold. Why? Because I spent 14 splits to get an Agamotto in gold. I don't even play that card for that often to get 14 splits. Like I get sick of seeing like prism bananas, bronze something.
Look at
this. Enjoy the stuff.
You like spirals? Spirals is, who thought of this? Gross. No, thank you.
The whole booster grind mechanic plus the mastery is just like such a bad combination. It just kills so much joy.
There's 8 different color variations. I don't know how many color variations there are. There's like 6 or 8 different color spirals. Who thought this was a great mastery split? Like, ill.
The worst part is bananas, I guess. Like, bananas fit to like maybe a few cards, but that's it. I don't need an Eson banana. Please.
Look at the difference between this and spirals. I understand that this is like an expert level split, whatever. I got the gold and then I got the crackle. Fine. But man, make it cool. Even this looks cooler than that spirally bullshit that we got. Anyways,
it would have been just more transparent to us, I guess. Like we had split boosted raids in December last year or something. And if I would have known that mastery is so bad, I would have paid way more money to get credits and to god split my cards. Like I was like, okay, I already spent like a big amount of money to split my stuff, but I was like, okay, mastery is coming, so probably it's even less now. So it's fine if I don't buy like another bundle with credits. It just turned out I should have bought like every bundle that came into the shop just to split my stuff. Because now I'm just living in pain.
If they offered split combination packages, right? So they said, hey, you can get ink with white crackle on any card, but it costs X number of dollars. Would that be something that you would entertain?
I don't think so. Like, I like to split stuff, but I'm scared about the pricing of the stuff because, let's be honest, it won't be probably cheaper than $20.
Oh, you're right.
So
You're right.
it would be like $240 for like a whole deck just to get like a good combination. So I would feel bad with that. And since I'm already 700 gold complete, there's like not a lot of gambas I can do on stream. I can now only do like I can only do gambas and good split or bad split because back in the days I could do like, okay, let's open like the spotlight or not the normal caches or like after the battle pass level 50 and let's see how many 700 gold avatars I can get. Since those are like gone now because I have everything, I just get nothing out. So I lose another gamba. And with that, I would probably lose even more gambas.
I don't think I've
know
run a
myself,
gamba since Mastery came out. Like,
yeah,
gambas have disappeared from my channel. I need to figure out another way to bring them back, but yeah.
for me, it's always 90% people don't believe in a good split. And there's like maybe 10% that go in with like 10 channel points just because they know they will lose.
Right.
It's awful.
But if you win big, right? Like that's the counter argument. All right. I think that's it for the QA portion I have. Do you have any stories or anything you'd like to add personally at this point? Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and move it to the viewer question portion of the podcast here. And that is where you as viewers get to ask a question of myself or Mr. SoulKing. Please use the highlight my message channel point redemption so that I can pick it out in the chat. But, dude, while we wait for some questions from the audience, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. This was a lot of fun hanging out.
I enjoyed it a lot. Like I'm really somebody who enjoys listening to podcasts or participating in some. And I would have never thought that like 6 months ago I would do like podcasts in English because of me doing only German stuff.
Right.
But I guess I did somewhat good, although English is not my first language.
You're doing very well. All right, so we got a comment here. I don't even care about splitting my cards anymore, and it was one of my favorite things about Snap before Mastery. There it is. That's very important. Let's put it up on the big screen for everyone to see. Hopefully. No, it's not working. No. Why isn't it working? Mr. SoulKing. Oh, well.
No.
I guess it doesn't work on this scene. We'll do it in another one. But that's very important. Like, splitting was fun for a lot of people. And they diluted the pool so hard. I mean, so hard. It's nutty. I think at this point they should allow us to mix and match, right? If you unlocked a crackle and you unlock the gold, like let us mix and match at this point because there's like otherwise we're spending so many resources just to get the perfect combination. I think I split Angela 58 times before I got the ink crackle split.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember the back in the days where the splits were connected to the variants and not to all cards?
Yeah.
We were living in dark times. Like I remember having like I don't know how many golden carnages because I enjoyed Destroy back in the days, and I always got like a new variant, so I had to split that variant to get
Yeah.
another golden
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I don't know how many thousands of credits I just lost with that old system. So we're getting there, but just really, really slow. Maybe next year we can talk about something like that.
And honestly, that's my biggest gripe with the company to begin with. Anything they do feels glacially slow. Like improvements to the game are slow, new modes are slow, and I don't mean like slow in their operation, I mean slow in them getting it out to the public. Case in point, emotes are literally just PNG stickers, guys. They're not animated. They're just a sticker that pops up. That's it. It took a year for them to get that to us. They had them ready in February. They announced it at some con. We didn't get it until August or September of that following year. Why? It's a sticker. So, like, if it takes them 8 months to get a sticker to market, like, imagine more complex things like new game modes or iterations and stuff. And, like, we're 2 years into this saga and we're just now getting booster packs, because that's essentially what Marvel Snap packs are. They're booster packs, dudes.
I mean, thank God the Snap player base is really loyal to the game. Like, in a lot of other games, people would already left the game, and we probably need another game to create content with. Like, Snap is a bubble I just found out is like really, really loyal to the game. But yeah, it just feels horrible because not like people sometimes don't understand how hard it is to be a content creator because but if we get nothing, we still have to do something out of them because if we don't do content, people won't watch the game or us anymore. So we are forced to. We need to do out of poop. We need to do gold, and it's so hard sometimes because people ask like, "Oh, what are we doing today?" And I'm like, "I have no clue. The game gave me nothing. The OTAs are bad. Guess we are doing just a boring ass streams again, or we are doing some draft decks. By the way, we still didn't got a draft mode. I'm waiting
Yo.
for eternities.
Yeah. But, you know, we got other things, right?
We got banana splits.
They actually rushed that system. They said, "Oh, the outcry was so hard to character masteries that we stopped everything to focus on that." And if this was the result of their concentrated focus, like all of these like spiral splits, holy shit. Yikes.
I mean, if you could change something in a game, what would you try to change? If it could be a game mode or like anything. Do
I
you have
want
anything in mind?
Yeah, I want a draft mode. I also want, so we're going to change scenes here so that I can show some stuff. But let's see here. Hold on. All right. So if I don't know that it lets me see my my profile picture anymore. Where is it at? Where can I get to that shit? No. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So you guys can't see what I'm showing you anyways. Hold on. So here, right? Every game there's a profile picture with people's names. It has their rank, it has this silly thing, it's got the card back, right? Why can't it also include 4 of your favorite splits to show along with it on that screen? Maybe even 2. Or if you go like to the alliances and I'm like, I want to go see AM's best deck, right? Like, here's his profile picture. I should be able to see his like deck of the week if he has a deck pinned or his super cool variants. I don't care about any of this other shit. Like the game is built off of making cool and unique splits and doing awesome stuff. And I want to show it off to all my friends, and I can't. I mean, I can because I have a platform and I stream, and I could be like, yo, guys, check out my dope splits, while I'm doing this amazing, cool podcast with ToxicSoulKing. I could totally put up cards and show you my splits. But aside from that, I don't have any other way to show anybody. Why isn't this in the game? Why can't I pin my amazing Cosmo to be in my profile page so then when we get matched up or they check me in the game, they could see my cool splits? How cool would that be? Everybody would be clicking on that avatar every time to check out neat and cool splits.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I myself have like 3 ideas as well. I would crave for so much for this game, and I just don't understand why we don't get.
All right, share. If you got 3 ideas, share one. Share your favorite one.
Oh, favorite one is hard.
All right, share all 3 then. Share all 3 then. I don't want to pigeonhole you.
First thing is like I want a spectator mode, because I would probably do like maybe small tournaments by myself. I would host and do that. That's not just, oh, you need to send me a link on some VOD page, or I need to watch you on Discord and you need to be on server. Let me just click on you in the game and just spectate you. It would be so much better for small tournaments to help us. But since Snap doesn't want to go that much into like tournament stuff, we probably don't get that either way soon. Second point is global matchmaking. I would enjoy so much playing against people maybe like you or like other NA top players. No, I just get like the same people that are like top ladder or on and on and on. And I just, sometimes when I play, that's a big issue for me though. At 3 to 4 a.m., I get the same 3 people. I know by heart their decks now. I know what they're doing. I just get them on and on. Or I have like 5-minute queue times where I'm forced to watch some YouTube videos on stream because I'm in queue time, because there's no global matchmaking, because obviously every average player sleeps at 4 a.m. That's the next point. I would enjoy so much global matchmaking. And the last point, you already mentioned it, draft mode, but I would even go further than that. And I kind of hope for it, but obviously then they won't do it. They got rid of the key. I would enjoy if we could get like a draft mode, but it's built up like the arena modus in Hearthstone, where you can get to like 12 wins, or I don't know how many wins, and you get like some big wins for that. Like, okay, maybe you need to pay like gold, like 100 gold or something, or okay, I don't want another currency, and you could put in the key there, and it's just like arena mode. You get to like 8 wins, you can get like some gold back that you use maybe for the entry fee. You get random boosters, so you can even combine these two. Not random, you can choose the boosters for a card, and maybe like even a mystery variant for 12 wins. It wouldn't be that hard, it wouldn't be that expensive, and people would do a lot of them. Like I probably would do on and on arena conquest draft content with that.
If
but
they
not even
released
that,
a draft mode where we're playing other people also doing the draft mode, I don't think there's another mode that I would play. Like,
yeah, same.
I just don't.
Now we are just drafting, and I don't know, I'm playing the worst possible drafted deck against Scream or Erisham. Like, yeah, people probably enjoy that, watching me getting slammed down.
Right. Exactly right. Here's another point. Conquest got released almost like within 8 months of the launch of the game, maybe a year. We got Conquest mode. They haven't iterated on it since we complained over and over again that the Avatar Spiral was no different than the original Spiral. And we said, give it the Infinity Conquest treatment with the shooting thing so it looks different at least. That's the one change they've made to this mode, aside from taking away resources from the rewards page. Because we used to get gold in there, if you remember, and all kinds of other fun goodies. That's a travesty. There's so much more they could do. Like, The whole issue with Conquest is that it takes forever in a day. I have to go through 4 ladders to get to the ladder that I want. Like, it's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. Get rid of
Now you
Silver
can get borders
Conquest.
for your banana split.
Oh, dude. Get rid of Silver Conquest. It's not needed. It's not needed. Let me go into Proving Grounds. I get my gold ticket. I do my 3, and then I can go to the show. You know? It's quick. It's easy. It's fine. The Infinite Conquest in and of itself takes upwards of 3 hours, sometimes more, just to do those 5 games. And if you don't
then
do
you
them,
like lose it, and you lose it, and it's just like, oh, nice. Now I can probably sit the next 3 hours to get to match 5.
right?
How good! Like that's the worst possible feeling, losing match 5, because not you lost your avatar. It's just like you lost like three hours of gaming, and you just have to start from the beginning again.
Correct.
It's awful.
Okay, so would it feel so bad as if they gave you your ticket back if you got to game 5? Would it feel as bad?
Probably still yes, because I'm sometimes a person, if I want to play Conquest, I just buy it with gold, the ticket. Like the ticket farming is not a big issue for me, but it's more like the time that I spend in and I get like back to the start. Like cool thing could be as well, like if you lose like your match 5, you get set back with another ticket if you have another one to match 4. If you lose your match 4, you get set back with another ticket to match 3. So I don't know, maybe that's too nice from them, but that could at least help me with my time issues.
Right. Yeah, they need to iterate on the game mode, and they haven't at all. Like they just abandoned Conquest, and it feels very dated. It feels very slow. All the screens take forever. I have to click 50 times just to get to the next round and confirm this and confirm that, and it's like, can we streamline this? Can we get some better rewards? Like even the swirly avatar thing, give me a different color each month, you know? Hey, it's blue swirly month. Yeah, I want blue swirlies on all my avatars. Let's go. But no, it's literally the same thing. Month over month over month. It's 2 years. Like, spice it up, dudes. Spice it
Who
up.
even needs like the screen? Oh, you won gold conquest. Oh, you won proving grounds. I don't need that screen. Like if I'm doing like my gold ticket farming, I don't need to see the screen. Oh, you won the gold conquest. Yes, I know. I'm playing this game out for 2 years now. Go
Right.
away with the screen.
Exactly. They could do things to streamline and increase the flow of the game in that mode to make it less cumbersome and time consuming, and they absolutely refuse. And that's really troublesome. Also, getting to like a game 5 and playing against like your hard counter and having no answer to it is the worst. The worst. At least give me like a bench of 2 cards that I can swap in between rounds. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
if
like
I'm
that's
going against the ongoing, I could swap in my Enchantress instead of Shang in my deck or something like that. So that I'm not completely blown out of the water just because of like deck matchmaking. That's also very frustrating.
Yeah, that's something I'm telling my viewers as well always. Like, don't be upset if you lose like a infinite conquest run, because not only you need to play the best you can possibly do, you always need to hope that you're not getting hard countered in 5 rounds in a row. Like,
Yes.
if you're like a good gamer, every game is possible winnable, and I always try to show them like some small tricks you can do. But it's just like you have sometimes to accept it that you get hard countered. It's not your own issue. It's not like your skill you lost the game. You got hard countered. It happens. But that's like the nature of the thing. People get really upset or sad they lost their run, but you get hard countered. Yeah, GG. That's it. At least give us like an extra life. I don't know. If you get hard countered, you have like an extra life. If you lose, you are still at the same level. I don't know.
Oh, ooh, all right. So here, this brings up another question. So, if you get to 5 wins, you get like a bonus. You get the Phoenix Force revival, right? So if you lose one game 5, they let you try again a second time, and then you lose everything. Would you be into that?
I would like that more. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
It's probably people will still lose that and people will be still upset, but it's just like you don't lose like a whole ticket grind. You maybe took a long of time. Some people can't afford that many tickets because they don't have that much time to run through 3 different grounds to get to that. I feel like it would help overall if a bit more people.
Like, people are really upset that there's gold tickets in the collector's track. But honestly, if there weren't gold tickets in the collector's track, I wouldn't play any Conquest anymore. I refuse to sit and grind through Proving Grounds and Silver Conquest. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my time. I can get all my rewards by just grinding my gold tickets at the end of the season, get my 1 or 2 infinite tickets, and get my avatar and be done with it. Like, it's just like, no thanks. And that's the goal for me. For those of you guys that have never gotten an avatar, okay, I'm going to break it down for you. You generally need 12 to 15 infinite ticket chances to convert an avatar if you are not ToxicSoulKing God level player. Okay? That's and to get 10 to 15 infinity tickets is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. I have been blessed to where I've had some really great runs. I got a whole bunch of infinity avatars that I don't even use. Half the time, if you see me, I create a deck and then it just auto assigns an avatar. I don't care if it's a bordered one or not, because it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm here to play the game. It's fun to like feel like flex. Oh, infinity avatar, I did it, yay! But whatever. All right, ramblings of an old man. We're at our ad break again. I don't think there are any more questions. I don't think we got any questions from chat today. But thank you so much for being here, man. You're welcome to hang out and stay if you'd like. Otherwise, your time here is done, Mr. King. Thank you so much for spending it with us. Share with the class where they can find you.
First of all, you can find me on the ToxicSoulKing on Twitch. That's probably my main source where you can find me. On and on, I sometimes try to post stuff on X or on Instagram, but it's the same name everywhere. So if you find a platform, you can find me there. But overall, my content is on Twitch. Maybe one day we can do some other platforms too, like YouTube or stuff. But for now on, just look up for me on Twitch.
I'm not even on other platforms yet, man. Like, I just streamed Twitch, and I know I'm cutting myself short. Like, all my peers and my teammates are like, they're on YouTube, they're on TikTok, they're doing all the things. Some are even streaming on X, and it's like, I'm gonna just do my stuff on Twitch. Whatever happens, happens. Wherever the wind takes us, as it were. Thank you so much, man.
Mindset.
Are you gonna hang out? Are you bouncing for the day? What's your plan?
Probably have to. The dog is a little bit annoying. She wants to go out. She'll probably have to let out the dog, get some food, and
well, perfect.
Hope for some motivation to jump into Mold Snap by myself after 3 days, I guess.
Try the Bazaar if you haven't already. It's free to try, and I highly recommend it. It's great for mental stimulation, and yeah, I will be probably doing a lot more Bazaar content moving forward because I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's fun, it's fresh, it's, But if you haven't already, do so. Thank you guys so much for having ToxicSoulKing here. Let's get some emojis in the chat and show him a good farewell. Thank you so much for being here with me today, man. I appreciate it. You were an excellent guest, and hopefully we can do some more fun stuff together in the future. I'm looking forward to it.
I would love to. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Oh, my pleasure. Guys, I had a blast today. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know what was your favorite part of the video. Appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you on the next one. Behave.